Okay, I want to do a quick video here showing Label Connector for QuickBooks Desktop's newest feature for supporting the line items in a build assembly. We already had support for a lot of the header information and serial numbers and the main assembly number and the description for that and custom item fields for that, but here we're adding the ability to just go down through a build and print labels for everything on that build. Okay, so I've got build 17 shown here in the sample advanced inventory file that we use just for demoing here. So if I want to look at this same build inside Label Connector, I can just search now. Well, first of all, I want to show you this label design that we've created just with a number of the fields here from the build assembly, the item, the manufacturer, a bunch of fields that are been placed on the label. We have static data fields here, and then these are dynamic data fields that are tied to parameters in QuickBooks. And you just, we can go through a demo on this more generally with our designer things, but basically you just select a data source for your text field to be put onto the label from QuickBooks, and then we dynamically pull that right out of QuickBooks. Easy for printing labels, you just got to put the build number in. So this kind of gives you a feel for what's going to print here, but we have lots of tutorials on how to use the designer itself that you can look at, but basically we've prepared a label here that'll link with the build assembly. So let's just we'll exit the designer. Let me just move up here, close the designer. So like if we just query this build assembly, it pulls in immediately with the line items, and if we were to just launch this print job, I've already got it selected here, and if we had, like, let's say we had this connected to a zebra printer, it would go down through this order printing. In this case, we've got it set up to do one label for each build assembly item, but we could flip-flop these parameters with a setting to make it print the build assembly quantity as the label quantity to print. But for now, for this demo, we're doing one copy of each one with the quantity of each of those items onto the label. So now again, if we were to just launch this to a zebra printer, it would progressively go down to 1 1 1 1 1, and it does have to refresh the data with each one of these when it prints. So but just for this demo, what we'll do is we'll just pick a couple of these items to just print the label for. Sorry, I'll just select, unselect, and we'll just pick a couple of these items just so you can see when it makes the PDF what it's going to do, how it can pull that data right out of QuickBooks. So we'll just send this over to a PDF printer, and it's going to do one label for this item and one label for that item. So we'll go ahead and print that, and we're just going to call this one test 7. And that would have just spit a label right out on the zebra printer. And then do one more label, test 8. We'll call that one. Print or save. And then we'll just look at those to just get a feel for where those. Already got to open up the folder. Let's see, go to that customer. All right. And these two labels are printed. So here's the first one for the first item. I'll try to make this a little smaller so you can see it better. So the first item that we printed was for the pump. You can see the pump and the description for the pump shown there. And then if we go and we open up the second test, we get the get this one out of the way here. Well, it's to manage the grommet item printed second. So again, if these were sent to a label printer, I'm just conceptualizing for you here so you can see with PDFs right on the screen. But it would pull down all the data, for this entire order all in one stream. So in individual labels coming out one after the other. So Give us a call anytime. We'd be glad to demo this for you, get it set up on your computer. Call us anytime at Accuware. We'll have some contact information in the description for you. Thanks.